What's up, YouTube, and cheers. Today, we're looking at another sap from Murph's Custom Leather. Okay, this is the only thing that's okay. All right, so you guys know how to get a hold of them. This costs 25 bucks plus $6 shipping, which is just like totally insane value. I don't even know how to express, besides making multiple videos on my YouTube channel, how crazy high value these are. So we're gonna come back to this in a second. But this is the one that I basically have with me most of the time. Because saps are super flat, obviously this one in particular, I don't know if I've seen a like a sap. Well, I mean, I guess like a cable jack, but that's not really a sap. That's a blackjack. All right. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about it. They're flat, so there's a lot of place. They're easy to carry. If you carry a pack of some sort, like I carry the recycled firefighter, the biggest one that's double, and it's got all the pouches and everything. It's actually an amazing piece of gear. It might be a little pricey, but it is what it is. You get what you pay for, you know what I mean? But, it has like a back thing, so here's the back, and it zips, and it's like for laptops. This is, fits in there real well. Obviously, check your local laws. These have been kind of widely unlegalized or made legal. You can now carry them. The police probably won't know that, because I don't really know what the police do anymore, besides just like harass people. But whenever I run in with the police, they have no fucking clue what's going on, and it's like I have to give like a small seminar on the law to these people. So, you got to know what's going on, because no one else does. But so these are easy to carry, basically, especially because this is unsprung. And for a while, I didn't really get why. What is the advantage of a sprung or an unsprung? This is really light, and it's easy to carry because this isn't rigid. So I can like slip this into a pocket or a back pocket, sit on it, no problem. Bada bing, bada boom. Now he's doing, this is brown. I guess this was a darker brown. I also think I treated this with open-off leather, so the oil. So, but we're gonna get some measurements, because obviously without them, people really don't know what's going on. This is like 9 3/4 or 9 I don't know, dude. Whatever it is. And then this one is 7 or 6, or basically it's like 7 minus a 1/16 of an inch. All right, so we got that. We got those measurements. We're gonna get more measurements, guys. You thought that this wasn't gonna be heavy in the measurements? You were wrong. I'm glad this Chinese scale decided to work. That's very nice. 9 ounces. Ooh, 7.7 ounces. And we're gonna get even more measurements. All right, we got this out. We've got it to, I want inch fractions. This is something I bought from China. I'm glad it decided to work. 11/16. Is this the same? Yeah, basically. Right around 11/16. Let's see what 11/16 is in millimeters, and then in like the refraction, if you know, we're looking at inches like this. Now we're back. So besides just being like a digital catalog for the stuff that I accumulate, I just wanted to, you know, this thing is awesome. This little dude is awesome. He sent some paracord. It looked nice. I'm keeping it because I found if I keep the scraps of the paracord, I end up using them, so I don't throw it away. But I want to be able to do the whole, I put this in my thumb, I swing this up and around, and then it's in my hand, right? Because I'm not going to hold this like this. I'm going to hold it like this. So this is one where the functionality is increased with this. I mean, you could probably hold it like this, but I don't want to do that. And I have the same going for this. I flip it up and around and it's bam. This one I have dialed in. This was me testing some knuckle dusters just to see what pattern it would leave on flesh. This thing is aging really, really well. I did totally take the rigidity, and I can do this, and I probably will, just by playing with this. I know some people like to leave it a little bit rigid, even, you know. For me, it's like it's unsprung, so let's get to the unsprungness. But this one being smaller is going to be even easier to carry, and depending on how good you get at swinging this thing around your hand, very easily to deploy. These are lethal force. I'm not gonna go through the rigmarole of, you know, learn your local laws, don't kill anybody. You got to be careful with these because they are lethal force. And I get that there's many things that can be lethal force. Like I got this stick. Like it's kind of like an Eskrima style stick. It's bulletproof glass, basically, the polymer it's made of. I'll have that channel soon. This thing, potentially lethal. I mean, if I were to strike you in the head as hard as I could, get you with that bone-crushing last 2 inches, yeah, you'd probably die. I mean, you'd have a brain bleed for sure. It's kind of the same with these, except I feel like, you know, they got outlawed because the cops, it's easy. It's easy to apply too much force, or if you're in a, you know, like some kind of heated fist fight, you got to be a little careful. So you're going to want to be checking out anatomy. You're going to want to Google or YouTube, like, how do I do this? What do I do? There's a bunch of demonstrations. It's all pretty much stuff that, I mean, you could probably look at this and assume. Some people are like, this is the secret move. You have it in your hand, and then you pull it out. You don't show them, though, but you pull it out and you fling it back up into their chin. It's like, yeah, I mean, like that would hurt. You know, that would hurt. I just, that's pretty obvious to me. Like, and you could, and that would hurt, but hitting them with the face of the warhead is really going to, and this is like, this side would hurt, it's going to be what you're trying to do. So even if, I know that there's many that, you know, they really want to hit like this. No, I mean, sure, but busting somebody's clavicle isn't hard, so yeah. But you're going to want to keep in mind, you want to really get it in there. Also, these warheads look about the same to me. So yeah, you got to figure out how you're going to deploy it. I've had people comment on the channel that do seem like they know what they're talking about, and they're like, I use these, and I cannot believe that you're suggesting anybody would hit anyone in the head. That you know, that's such an easy way to kill someone. They're probably right. I'm not suggesting that you do that. I'm telling you that if you are put in a life and death situation, like say someone pulls a knife, and if you had to have a knife pulled on you, that's great, but it's scary. I've had multiple knives pulled on me. Sometimes I take care of it by macing them. Other times I run because you know what I mean, got caught unawares, and I'm not looking to get stabbed to death by a homeless person. those confrontations happen in Denver proper. If you're anywhere around that area, the Colfax downtown area, you already know that the army of homeless people, they're there and they're ready to smoke crack in front of you, shit on the street, and then pull knives out. But yeah, so I think it would be worth doing some training, obviously, maybe shadow boxing style stuff, maybe take it to the gym, use it, maybe get one of those fancy looking guys that are like the punching bag guys, and then I think that would actually be pretty useful, because then you're really keying in on the jaw. You're gonna want to have it, maybe even to the point of muscle memory. You're gonna want to be able to use these pretty well, because going to like, oh, now I'm losing the fight. Now I'm going to crack their skull, give them a halo fracture, or bust, the bottom part of their jaw, or the top of their jaw, like where your teeth are, right? The top of, you have the jawbone, and then there's the top. This can bust right off the skull. It's got weird names. Some French guy discovered, I bet, because it's got a French name. There's like 3 different kinds, or the main types. Anyway, this is where you kind of need to be a layman in anatomy and maybe even kinesiology, where it's like, oh, if somebody's coming at me with this, and I can hit their elbow, I can hit their hand. I can tell you for real that, like, say somebody squares up on you and they got their hands out and they don't know that this is about to come into play, and you hit them as hard as they can on their hand, that will end the fight. Like, if you bust somebody's hand, it will hurt like crazy, and it'll be game over, for the fight anyway. But you're gonna have to think, right? These are serious tools nonetheless. Both of these are the same price, $25, $6 shipping. So if you were to get both, which I think you can right now, do you see this? It's time. He's also reachable on Facebook, but honestly, I would probably just shoot him an email or a text and be like, hey, I want to buy sap. He makes them up in batches, so there might be lulls in between production periods. But I will say this, we've had many a sap, there's been a few saps on the channel. And maybe at some point it'll just be many. I'll just have like a catalog worth of saps and blackjacks, and slingshots, and other things. But these are super high value. These are like, whoa, you know what I mean? He uses, I've seen him post in groups. I use bridal leather. I think I saw that. There's different colors of leather. This thing is awesome. And although I don't carry it in my pocket, you totally could if it's legal. And even if it is legal, expect the police to kind of hassle you, maybe even shake you down. I wouldn't, if you're going to be carrying weapons and stuff that are like, granted, totally legal, but in kind of a taboo area of legality where the police might give you a good pat down, probably don't want to have drugs on you, right? Probably wouldn't want to have them go in your pocket and find a crack pipe and a big rock. So then, even though this isn't a charge, they have you on these class 1 felonious drug possession charges. Gotta be smart, folks. I just wouldn't smoke rock. That would be my thing. But I'm just telling you, because there's states where some people like to smoke weed. And maybe you're traveling and you've brought something with you, and you're, even though it's legal in some states, it's not in others. You gotta be smart, right? You have to assess reality, find the risks, analyze those risks, and then you need to mitigate and minimize the risks, right? That's important. You need to do that in literally every single aspect of your life. Financial planners do it. Security people do it. Military people do it. The cops do it. You not doing it is not smart. That's not how you should be doing anything. So you need to figure out, okay, well, I got this, I got that. If you're traveling through a place where this isn't legal, I wouldn't have it on your person. If you're in a car, I would put it in something, throw it in the back, have it in something that's locked, so you can legit say, hey, I'm just traveling through. I know it's not legal, so I got it in the back. It's a curio. I would immediately say that. This is a curio. I don't know how much they would hassle you about it. But if you're, you know, driving the speed limit, anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from the uneven landscape of legalities when it comes to applying force. But I will say these things are totally worth it. They're burnished leather. You got 3 big pieces, unsprung. This is still stiff. This used to be that stiff, and I sat there and just worked it. And put some Obanoff's leather oil on it. And yeah, now it is what it is. It's awesome. So anyway, that's about all she wrote for this one. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. And I hope you folks have a great rest of your day. Bye now.